Drill, baby, drill. A study conducted on the Guyana block offshore Guyana has revealed that there are billions more barrels of oil to be discovered. How much exactly? 9 prospects, including the Tanaja well, hold an estimated 2.1 billion barrels of oil resources. The Guyana block is located approximately 155 miles offshore the coast of Guyana and is approximately 3.3 million acres. The Guyana block lies in the same geological basin as the oil-rich Stabroek block. The block is currently operated by ExxonMobil with Catalea Energy Limited, Ratio Petroleum, and Hess Corporation as partners. Staying true to their shady roots, the government has chosen an ethically questionable, barely qualified foreigner to review ExxonMobil's field development plan for the Payara oil field. It's come to the public's attention that Canadian consultant Alison Redford had resigned as Premier of the Canadian province of Alberta in 2014 after a report by the Auditor General accused her of misusing government planes, and she had even included fake passengers so that she could have flown alone. She had been also ordered to repay 45,000 Canadian dollars for money spent on a trip to South Africa to attend Nelson Mandela's funeral. Despite questions regarding Redford's competency and integrity, the Minister of Natural Resources, Vikram Bharat, is defending the government's poor decision. It is his belief that the criticism of Redford is politically motivated and unfair. Barrett also said that the Canadians had recommended her, so they're willing to work with her. But that doesn't really make any sense. Just because they recommended her doesn't mean we have to take her. If Canada recommended they clap one hot bugger in our bombs, would you agree? No, exactly.
911, what's your emergency?
Hello? Please help! Somebody just stole my car!
Calm down, sir. It says here you're calling from Agricola. Are you injured?
No, I'm okay. I parked my car to run in the shop and get some top-up, and this might just jump in my car and drive away.
Don't worry, sir. Just activate the tracker in your car and give me the location. I will send the police unit.
Which tracker?
Wait, you don't have a GPS tracker in your vehicle?
No. Hello?
Sir, you're breaking up.
Hello?
Some people are real amateur. Just 16,000 for a GPS tracker at Triple B's, and still he ain't got one. Call 682-8326 and get your tracker installed today.
Perfect. Today, former government minister Simona Brooms and her driver Dexter Austin were slapped with a series of criminal charges in connection with that altercation she live-streamed earlier this month. They too were jointly charged for using threatening language towards PPPC-aligned city councillor Dion Young. They were also charged jointly for illegally restraining him and for causing public terror, whatever that means. Additionally, Brooms was separately charged for assaulting Young, while Austin was charged for illegally discharging a firearm in public. Brooms and Austin pleaded not guilty to the charges and are currently out on bail. They are expected back in court on August 31st. On Monday, 29-year-old Special Constable Michael Lewis was charged for causing death by dangerous driving. He is accused of causing the death of 61-year-old Bibi Salima Subrate. The fatal accident occurred at around 6:15 p.m. on May 24th along the Chateau Margeau public road, East Coast of Marara. Lewis was placed on $200,000 bail and is expected to return to court on October 12th. Police are currently on the hunt for 2 bandits who robbed the Wan Lee supermarket at Industry, East Coast Demerara Saturday afternoon. According to police, 2 men, one armed with a gun, entered the store at around 3:10 p.m. and robbed the owners of an undisclosed amount of cash. The police released video from the store's security cameras in an effort to identify the suspects involved. The video shows the armed man robbing the store while his accomplice waited on him outside on a motorcycle. No one has been arrested and an investigation is ongoing. An 18-year-old man was arrested after allegedly killing his father during an argument. 41-year-old cattle farmer Carlos Joseph of Spencer Street, Ithaca, West Bank Police, was killed during the incident which took place Sunday morning, which occurred one day after they threatened to kill each other during an argument about the use of personal belongings. Police say the young man went home and was followed by his father, and an argument ensued. During the argument, the father reportedly threw his cutlass at his son, which missed him and fell into a nearby drain. However, in retaliation, the son threw his cutlass at his father, which hit him square in the chest. He was taken to the New Amsterdam Public Hospital, where he was pronounced dead on arrival. As a result of being incorrectly classified as a non-commercial entity in the GRA's records since 2003, Grace Kennedy Remittance Services was able to avoid paying over 700 million Guyana dollars in taxes. But thanks to the swift action of GRA's Commissioner General Godfrey Stacia, the agency was able to net at least half of the taxes lost. So yes, while you and your family abroad have had to pay taxes and fees on your money from foreign, it looks like Grace Kennedy lied about who they were for years to get around having to pay its own taxes. In fact, when it was reclassified in 2003, all of the liabilities way back until 1994 seemingly disappeared out of thin air. Nevertheless, the recent court ruling in the GRA's favor has now ordered the tax dodgers to pay GRA at least $377.1 million. But you see how cruel the justice system is. If you or I steal $1 million from a company, we go to prison. A company steals $1 million from taxpayers and, well, they're given a chance to work out a deal. BM Soat is Guyana's #1 auto dealer. Visit their showroom at Lot 9 Kroll Street, Georgetown. Don't be shy. That $800,000 you have saved up can get you behind the steering wheel now. Call them on telephone number 231-8451. BM Soat Auto Sales. It's your turn to drive. Now, let's take a look at news in the region and around the world. FBI agents on Monday arrested Puerto Rican Representative Maria Milagros Charbonnier after the legislator who once presided over the island's House Ethics Committee was charged in a public corruption case that officials say also involved her son, her husband, and an assistant. U.S. Attorney Stephen Muldrow said it was a simple scheme in which Charbonnier allegedly received some $100,000 in bribes and kickbacks after increasing the pay of her assistant Frances Acevedo from $800 every 2 weeks to nearly $3,000, and received between $1,000 to $1,500 in return for every paycheck. Today, the United States expanded its sanctions on China's Huawei, a move aimed at further limiting the tech giant's access to computer chips and other technology. A U.S. Commerce Department statement added 38 Huawei affiliates around the world to the entity list, claiming that the company was using international subsidiaries to circumvent these sanctions, which prevent exports of US-based technology. The Trump administration has argued that Huawei poses a security risk because of its links to the Beijing government, a claim denied by the company. Take advantage of this fresh business opportunity. Become a digital top-up vendor with Cellular Plus and earn some extra cash. No fancy smartphone or internet required. Just show up with your Mango Pelter and you're good to go. Call them on telephone number 685-3109 and find out about their special offer. And now for our weird news story of the day. Up until a few years ago, Sumio Suniaga lived in a house in the town of Kasugai, Japan, with his younger sister and brother. However, according to the younger siblings, Sumio, who was 66 years old at the time, went missing in 2015. Perhaps hoping he'd turn up sooner or later, the younger siblings waited until 2016 to report Sumio's disappearance to the police. 5 years seems plenty long enough to wait, and so last weekend Sumio's younger sister, who is now 69 years old, decided she'd like to use her older brother's room, but realized she'd need to clean it up first. And as you might expect for a bedroom that's gone unattended for 5 years, there was much cleaning up to do. However, the sister didn't get too far before discovering an unclothed skeleton. When officers arrived at the scene, they confirmed that the corpse was indeed human. Though they were not initially able to determine the individual's age or sex, investigators believe there is a high probability that the body is Sumio's. Apparently, they were surprised by the find, as the siblings had non-standard schedules and would often leave the home for periods of time without informing each other. Moving on to our Uncut News Viewers Poll question of the day. Every day, we pose a question about current events in Guyana, the region, the diaspora, and how you feel it relates to us. You give your responses in the comments, and we'll read the best ones in the following episode. Friday's question was, should the DPP have the authority to dismiss criminal charges? Javid Hanif said, that power is to use, not to abuse. There's a reason the DPP has that power to do the job. Terence Singh said, I personally don't believe anyone should be exempt from the crimes they have committed. No individual should have the authority or that much power to make such judgment without a panel of neutral consultants or a jury. No one should be above the law. Good answers, people. So tonight I leave you with this question. Despite the controversy surrounding her, do you agree with the government's decision to hire former Canadian Premier Alison Redford to review the PR development plan? Think about that question and tell us in the comments below. If your response is good, we'll feature it in Tuesday's episode. Anyway, that's all the time we have for tonight. Check us out tomorrow for another. Hey Uncut News viewers, thanks for watching. You can subscribe by clicking on this button over here, or click over there for more news. You can also drop a comment to let me know if you've made it to the end of the video. Goodbye for now!